Hello, everyone. For the injuries, Kendall will not participate. This is part of our plan. We're taking care of his shoulder. And then Annie will be limited today. And then Mike and Kareem will be full. Mike Purcell, that is.
We got the wireless mics. Start at your left mic, please.
Yeah, Coach, you thinking about going outside today?
Yeah, would love to. The number one concern is just player safety. So just working with the grounds crew and making sure that it's safe for that. But we definitely want to be out in the cold.
Yeah, and just talk about why. Yeah,
To being out cold, well, because we play in the cold, and it's going to be cold out there. It's a little colder today than it will be on game day, but that's always good to be in the environment that you're going to be playing in as much as you possibly can. That's what I believe. But with our injury situation and things like that, I just want to be sure we're doing player safety first.
Nate, it's the first time for your staff where you've gone back around and seen the same team for a second time. How does that affect your sort of plan early in the week, and how much do you rely on when you played them, even though it's 5 or 6 weeks ago?
I mean, you definitely watch it. You want to see how they attacked us, the different ways. We also, look back at the old stuff that we've done, if there's anything we can carry over, because you want it to be as much of a review for the guys, especially now that we're later into the season. So we kind of review all that stuff, look at the things that they did, look at the things they might repeat, some of the things they might change up. And so we definitely look at that quite a bit, but it's still, you got to look back at the 4 games and see what they're doing now. They've had a lot of personnel changes themselves.
Speaking of attacking, the Raiders are one of the few teams that went at Pat Surtain with Devontae Adams in that matchup. Do you look forward to that? And is it frustrating at all at times when arguably your best player gets kind of taken out of the game because they just don't throw at it?
Without a doubt, I think it's going to be a great matchup. I mean, we saw it last time they went after it. 2 guys that I have so much respect for and are playing at an unbelievably high level right now. So I think everybody's going to be excited to see those 2 guys go at it. And I don't think they're afraid to test him, and I don't think Pat's afraid to be tested. So I think it'll be a fun matchup there. And then, like you said, when you get your number 1 guy taken away, that gives other guys opportunities to be able to make plays. So that's why you have to have different guys that can do different things.
Coach, we're at the time of year where some head coaching lists come out. Ejiro's been on a few of those, was on another one this morning. I'm sure you want to keep him, but when you hired him, what traits did you see in him, and did you think he had that potential?
I mean, I've known him over half my life. I mean, he's a dear friend, somebody that I've believed in since we met each other, and brought him here because of how great of a person he is, and then as a coach, just watching him over the years develop and become the man that he is. And I mean, he's done an incredible job here. That's why we wanted him here. It's a credit to him and his entire staff, and I mean, he deserves all that. And I mean, the entire defense has been playing at a high level, and he's a great man. So I definitely don't want to lose him, though.
A couple of the other guys dealing with injuries. First, Jerry Jeudy, where do things stand for him?
Still day to day.
Is he practicing today?
No.
Okay. Baron Browning, where does he stand?
He's day to day, but he'll be limited, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, he'll be limited.
Nate, to circle back on Ejiro for just a second, we see the numbers, obviously, that leading the league in scoring defense, points per drive, all those things. What are some of the behind-the-scenes things that we don't see that really impress you, the way that he's managed this group?
I mean, he's an accountable guy, both to himself. I think that's what you have to be able to do in a coordinator role, head coaching role. You have to be accountable to yourself, along being able to hold the other players accountable, and you have to do it in the right way. So I think that he does a fantastic job in that. His work ethic, the way that he works with his staff, I think are all things, his organization, everything. And this has been his first year, so to see him excel at this level is fantastic to see.
Coach, you talked about how your dad worked with the Raiders in the past, so you've kind of known this Broncos-Raiders rivalry before getting here. What does this rivalry mean, and what are some of your memories of it?
I mean, this has been one of the best rivalries in football forever. I think 60 years. I mean, I know how much it means to the fans, the players in that room, and I mean, it's Raiders week. I mean, so for us, it's there's not a lot of motivation. We want to get a win, but it's even something more inspiring when you're playing the Raiders because of how great this rivalry is. And for me, just looking back at all those days, watching those Broncos, I mean, those were the ones that were on Monday Night Football, the ones that you wanted to watch. I want to say the tiffs that might have happened during the game and the things that continually progressed. But I mean, it's great for our game to have these kind of rivalries. It's great to see that. Doesn't matter what your record is, it's going to be a great game.
Hey, Coach, there's, I guess, rumblings is maybe the best way to say it, that Russ is maybe using audibles from Seattle or code words that he may have used there. Is there any truth to that? Have you encountered where he just muscle memory or brain
I mean,
whatever that word is. I don't know, brain freeze, brain
I mean,
melt?
that was kind of just brought to my attention by Patrick, and I mean, it's news to me. I mean, he does have freedom at the line when he sees certain things to be able to check to him, and we've built this system around him, and so all the words that he utilizes, I mean, some are from the past, some are from the new. They're all things. I mean, he had an amazing audible to Jalen Virgil for a touchdown, so I give him so much credit on that one. So I mean, nothing that I've heard. I mean, he's done everything that we've asked, and we just need to do it at a higher level even to be able to get some wins. No, I mean, it hasn't been for me. I mean, that's why it was news to me.
Coach, what are the advantages of being under center more, and do you think that's something that you guys will explore?
Under center in the gun, when the game first started, it was primarily all under center. Now we see so many unique defenses, and certain guys are getting up into the line of scrimmage. It really starts with protection. Is that whenever you're protecting and you have guys running through the A gaps, the line can only take so many. You have to have people come down. You have edge threats, and so forth. So you always want, at times, the quarterback to be back in the gun. So it's evolved over time. It's something that, I mean, gosh, it's been, I don't know, probably 2000s is when it really started rolling for everybody. There was the K gun and things like that. But I think there's advantages to both. Being under center for running the football and play actioning. There's you can do a lot of the same stuff from the gun. When you watch around the league, there's just people that mix it up. Some stick primarily to the gun. There's a lot of good things you can do with both.
So is being under center not what it once was? Has things evolved to the degree it's not as effective as it once was?
I don't know if it's not as effective. I would say that it might not just be used as much. It used to be every single snap. And now, like when you look at the original West Coast, Joe Montana, all those guys, it was all under center. Everything was there. But now because things have evolved, offensive coaches have to evolve, and that's where that has gotten a lot bigger.
Coach, with all the injuries at wideout, do you expect Virgil to start this week?
We're going to see a healthy dose of all those guys. You know, that is a position that we have had a lot of new people in there. We're working with them to find out all the things that they can do. I'm excited to see all those young guys go.
And what was most impressive or rewarding to you, I guess, about his moment after, grinding to get there?
It was fun to watch him when he scored. He didn't know what to do. He was very surprised. And again, like I said, it was a great audible by Russell to be able to get that touchdown. They actually kind of baited him and then went to something else, and then he was able to find a big completion. So I think it's great because, all these young guys, they work so hard, whether it be scout team and at the same time having to train and learn and grow within the system. And then you never know when your number's going to get called up. And it just happens that we're going to have a bunch of young guys up. So I think that it's just great to see them work, continuing to understand it, and see them then have success.
Yeah, just along those same lines, what have you seen from Brandon Johnson since he got back with you guys? And is he, I think Russ mentioned him yesterday, playing well in practice. Is he a guy, too, given the injuries and the fact that you cut Tyree, that has a chance to play as well?
I mean, it's definitely a day-to-day thing. We've been negotiating a lot of stuff, so we're trying to get everybody ready and at the same time still give a look for our defense. So we're getting everybody ready, but Brandon has done a great job. I mean, he was out for a while and then came back in practice squad and didn't skip a beat. He kept himself in shape, was able to come out and contribute right away. And, he's got great body control. We saw it in the preseason. A lot of the things that he does, he's a smart football player, knows all the positions. So I give a lot of credit to him for how hard he's worked, especially being out as long as he was. Thank you all.